Ever wondered about the process of applying for a family-based immigrant visa? Welcome everyone. Today we're diving into an essential topic that might be the key to bringing your loved ones closer. We're talking about family-based immigrant visas. These visas are precious pathways that unite families across borders. Understanding how to apply for one can seem daunting, but don't worry, we're here to simplify it for you. In this video, we'll break down the process into manageable steps, explain the requirements, and provide you with some handy tips. Whether you're thinking about sponsoring a relative or just curious, this video is designed to guide you through the intricate maze that is the immigration process. We hope this video will serve as a beacon, illuminating the pathway to family unification. So, are you ready to explore the world of family-based immigrant visas? Stay tuned to learn more about the steps and requirements for applying for a family-based immigrant visa. So what exactly is a family-based immigrant visa? Well, let's break it down. A family-based immigrant visa is a type of visa that provides a path to lawful, permanent residence, often referred to as getting a green card, for foreign nationals who have close family ties in the United States. This can include spouses, parents, children, and siblings of U.S. citizens, as well as spouses and unmarried children of lawful permanent residents. It's a powerful tool that helps keep families together across borders, fostering unity and cultural exchange. One of the key benefits of obtaining a family-based immigrant visa is the potential for the visa holder to work and live permanently in the United States. They can also enjoy the privilege to petition for certain family members to receive immigrant visas as well. Now that you know what a family-based immigrant visa is, let's dive into the process of applying for one. Applying for a family-based immigrant visa involves several steps. Now let's delve into the first half of this process. The journey begins with identifying a sponsor. This person must be a U.S. citizen or a permanent resident, who is at least 21 years old and has a qualifying relationship with the applicant. This could be a spouse, a parent, a sibling, or a child. Remember, your sponsor will be financially responsible for you until you become a U.S. citizen or have worked in the U.S. for a period of 10 years. Once you've identified your sponsor, the next step is to fill out the necessary forms. The most important of these is Form 130, Petition for Alien Relative. This form is used to establish the qualifying relationship between you and your sponsor. The sponsor will need to complete and sign this form. In addition to Form 130, there are several other forms that may need to be filled out, depending on your individual circumstances. These include Form 1864, Affidavit of Support, which is used to show that the sponsor has adequate income or assets to support the immigrant, and Form 1693, Report of Medical Examination and Vaccination Record. Completing these forms can be a complex process, and it's crucial that they are filled out accurately and completely. They ask for detailed information about both you and your sponsor, including your personal information, employment history, and medical history. After the forms are filled out, they must be submitted to the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, or USCIS. It's important to include all necessary supporting documents such as birth certificates, marriage certificates, and financial records, along with the forms. Be sure to make copies of everything you send, in case documents get lost or misplaced. Once you've submitted your application, there are still a few more steps to complete. But don't worry, we'll walk you through the rest of the process in our next segment, so stay tuned. After submitting your application, the next steps are just as crucial. You've filed your petition, and now the waiting game begins. The United States Citizenship and Immigration Services, or USCIS, will review your application. Once approved, it's sent to the National Visa Center, also known as the NVC. Here it will remain until an immigrant visa number becomes available. Now you might be wondering, what's an immigrant visa number? Well, it's essentially your place in line. The United States has a limit on the number of immigrant visas it can issue each year. So if the demand exceeds this limit, you may have to wait until a visa number becomes available. The waiting period varies depending on the relationship to the sponsor and the applicant's country of origin. It could be a few months, or it could be several years. When a visa number is finally available, the NVC will notify you or your sponsor and instruct you to start consular processing. This is where you apply for the immigrant visa. You'll need to complete an application, provide supporting documents, and pay the required fees. Next, you'll be scheduled for a medical examination and an interview at a U.S. embassy or consulate in your home country. The medical exam is to ensure you don't have any health-related issues that could pose a public health risk. The interview, on the other hand, is your opportunity to prove the legitimacy of your family relationship and your eligibility to immigrate to the U.S. Once the consular officer approves your visa, you'll receive a packet of information. Do not open this packet. Instead, bring it with you when you travel to the US. A US immigration official will open it when you arrive. Finally, upon entering the US, you'll become a lawful permanent resident, also known as a green card holder. This means you can live and work in the US indefinitely, as long as you don't commit any actions that could lead to deportation. And that's it. You've now learned about the entire process of applying for a family-based immigrant visa. So, let's do a quick recap of what we've covered today. We initiated our conversation with a comprehensive overview of family-based immigrant visas. This overview included an exploration into the history and evolution of the visa system, an aspect that we felt was crucial to understand the nuances of today's processes. By understanding the roots of the system, we can better appreciate why it's shaped the way it is now. We then dived into the world of these specific immigrant visas, painting a vivid picture of their significance and relevance for countless families across the globe. We discussed how these visas serve as a lifeline, allowing families to maintain their bond and closeness, regardless of the geographical boundaries that have been physically set between them. We spent a considerable amount of time deconstructing the idea behind these visas. It's not merely a permit to enter a country, it's a beacon of hope for families to reunite. It's a testament to the power of love and kinship, and how they transcend physical borders. Our discourse then shifted to the logistics of these visas, focusing particularly on the sponsorship facet. We highlighted how this process operates, revealing the pivotal role a US citizen or a lawful permanent resident plays in the immigration journey of their family member. We explained the responsibilities and obligations that come with sponsorship, emphasizing that it is a commitment not to be taken lightly. Going past just the basics, we further explored the prerequisites of eligibility and the detailed process involved in filing the initial petition. We wanted to equip you, our viewers, with all the necessary tools to tackle this complex yet rewarding journey. We offered insights into the application process, spelling out each step meticulously. We highlighted common pitfalls and challenges and how to overcome them. We also discussed how careful attention to detail is required at every stage of the process, from filling in the application form right up to preparing for the visa interview. We discussed at length the patience and that this journey demands. We discussed how it's not a sprint, but a marathon, one that necessitates endurance, perseverance, and unwavering faith in the outcome. We acknowledged the fact that every situation, every application, every family story is unique and different in its own way. This means that the process may not fit into a one-size-fits-all mold and may vary slightly for different individuals. We then transitioned into the importance of seeking legal advice when embarking on this journey. We emphasized the value of professional guidance, not just to navigate legal complexities, but also to gain peace of mind during a process that can often seem overwhelming. We stressed the importance of staying updated with the latest immigration laws and policies, and how subscribing to reliable sources can help you stay ahead of potential changes. We rounded off our discussion by addressing some frequently asked questions and debunking common myths about the visa application process. With every piece of information we shared, we aim to empower you, our viewers, and hopefully, aid in making the dream of family reunification a reality for many. We endeavored to make the process a little less daunting, a little more accessible, and a lot more transparent. Thank you for joining us today. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more informative content.